What's going on? How y'all doing? So this video gonna be about LeBron James voted the most hated player in the NBA with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving involved. Now, that's very racist to say the least. Now I'm gonna say this about LeBron James. You could say the most overrated, and I'm definitely tired of hearing about him. I don't want to hear about his corny remake of Space Jam, which is gonna be embarrassing. I don't want to hear about um, him changing his number from 23 to 6. Because he's always gimmicky and he's always trying to like get attention. He can't just go away. He lost. He should just go ahead and go away and start the season off and do his thing. But he just can't. He's just a shameless self promoter. He gonna be out of control, and it gets a bit nauseating, you know. And there's no comparisons with him and Michael Jordan. Just stop. Make that mess stop. He's one of the greatest players ever, but I can't sit here and say he's better than. There's some guys that I would take over him. I've seen guys from the 80s, 90s to now, and they're guys I would take over him. You know, there are things I like about LeBron. There's things I get annoyed with. When I say hated, it's racial. It's because that's the only thing I can come up with, and it's comical to me because he's spoken out on things, but LeBron James ain't never lost nothing. A couple minor endorsements is nothing compared to what Colin Kaepernick lost, or what Muhammad Ali lost, or what Jackie Robinson lost, or even my Adu Raul, who played in the NBA, didn't want to stand for the anthem back in the 90s, and they kicked him out the league. David Stern. So what has LeBron James actually lost besides finals and stuff? He ain't lost nothing major. He's spoken out and had his part, but the Milwaukee Bucks last year in the bubble protested and for the game. He wanted to be the forefront. He gets way too much credit. Like they're trying to balloon him up for being a civil rights and stuff like that. He's made some valid points, but he ain't. It isn't as deep as they make him out to be. Because let me tell you something, he still toes the line. I didn't see him boycotting the All Star game this year, and he cried wolf tickets. No, and the hate is racist in this context. There are people who can't stand the fact that he's spoken out and done some stuff, but it's got more to do with race than does anything else. Um, I heard him talking about comparison to Michael Jordan. So was Kobe. The thing that turns people off with certain people is because of their attitude, but it's not based on just this. It's how they are, but it's racial. And I know with Kevin Durant, who pretty much tells you what he thinks, and he just doesn't make himself likable. And that's not his nature. And I think Kevin Durant's the best player going in the game. So that's how he is. And Kyrie Irving has been speaking up and being really deep and philosophical. So I understand. They're mad because there are no white players to get. I mean, you're not gonna hate Luca or Jokic, but then again, they're not white American players. So you really don't have no white players, and you sure as heck ain't hating Kevin Love. You feel for Kevin Love, but you don't hate him. There's no white players in the NBA right now, and that has to mess them up. You know. When I say it's racial, it is racial. To use the word hate is very strong, a strong term. You could say LeBron James is overrated. I'll give you that. I do think he's overrated. I think he's one of the best players ever, but he's also very overrated. I mean, come on now. He has left some things to be desired. And for his skills and everything, I don't sit around thinking of him as a more better all around player than, say, Oscar Robertson. And I don't think he's done anything that blew me away more than Larry Bird, if I'm honest. Being real, keeping it 100. And what has he done as a player that changed the game like Steph Curry has, or dominate the game like Shaquille O'Neal? So, but he's a great player, and I think he's a great man and a father. I respect him personally, but on the basketball court, it'd be a bit overrated. It'd be a bit much. All that flopping and acting, and wanting everybody to play with him, gets it gets a bit much. Because I didn't have no problem. I'm a Miami Heat fan, so I ain't had no problem going to Miami. But the thing about even that, wasn't that groundbreaking because he went to Miami because Pat Riley and Dwayne Wade. So it wasn't exactly like he went. You don't act like he went to Utah and teamed up with Darren Williams or something. Don't act like he uh, went to Atlanta or he went to Charlottesville. He went somewhere that was in the bushes. He knew where he was going. All his moves are calculated. He knows a big market. So call him overrated, but don't say the word hated because it has racial connotations, and I definitely know what Durant and Kyrie what that means. You know, and it's not no threat with nothing. It's just a lot of talk, a lot of hot air that people like to blow this thing around. Say he's overrated, but don't say hated. But I'm gonna say it like this: he has not done anything to me that rivals what Muhammad Ali had to give up, what Jackie Robinson had to give up, what Colin Kaepernick had to give up, what Madu Rauf had to give up. When LeBron James loses something like that, get back to me. Other than that, stop with all this. Yeah, he's done stuff, and he's a proud black man, but don't act like he's like more done something more. He hasn't. Serena Williams been through more than LeBron James has. If you want to keep it 100, you know. So anyway, that's my thoughts and takes about this. LeBron James voted the most hated NBA player with Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. And I know it's racist with both that situations because Kyrie be speaking his mind. Kyrie go deeper than LeBron does. And he tells it. Told you about Boston. Shook it up. Had a bottle thrown at him. What's the last time someone threw something to LeBron James? I know about his yard in LA when he moved there, but think about it. And Kevin Durant been speaking out on stuff too. Think about it. Because he called that old racist trash Michael Rappaport. I can't stand that jive turkey. You know he got uh some racist vibes in him. All right, please give me your thoughts and takes about this about LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving being considered the most hated in the NBA. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts and comments. I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another, and don't say hated and black in the NBA because you know what that means. I'm out.